Good morning, dear student. We were studying about the rotational mechanics. Yesterday, I taught you about the dynamics and equilibrium of body in rotation. But today, I am telling to you about the bending of cyclist on horizontal turn. How does it happens? So this is also an example of rotational motion. See, suppose this is a bend which is having radius r. A cyclist wanted to bend the curve. So he always turn himself towards the center so that he can make balance himself along with the curve. Why it is so? This you can understood very easily from here. This is C is the point that is called center of mass of the man along with cycle. And this is the cyclist. AB is the cyclist. But this is center of mass. So at this point, why he bend towards the center? So as he is bending towards the center, so his weight is going in this way. Why? Because he have to balance his weight with the help of normal reaction. This is called normal reaction. But at the same time, between road and cycle, this is cycle, BA is cycle and AD is road. Between cycle and road, there is a friction force which is tending to balance the centrifugal force, not centripetal. Centripetal force is towards the center, centrifugal force is outward, which is equal in magnitude. So this is mv square upon r is called centrifugal force. So it means to balance the cyclist on this curve, how many forces are there? There are four forces. M into G is downward, normal is upward. So this is called, both are equal, and a couple of forces working, so which is having tendency to rotate the object. So this mg and n want to rotate the cyclist in clockwise, but at the same instant of time, mv square upon r, that is called centrifugal force, outward, and friction force inward, it is having tendency to rotate the cyclist anti-clockwise. So it means under the influence of these two couple of forces, that is mg and n and mv square upon r and f, the cyclist is making himself balance and turning the curve safely. Understood or not? So that's why what should have happened in this case, for being in red, that is rotational equilibrium. Understood? So what should have happened? The clockwise momentum, the body should be in rotational equilibrium because it is neither moving in clockwise nor in anti-clockwise. So what should happen? The clockwise torque must be equal to anti-clockwise torque. So see, clockwise torque is equal to m into g into distance AD, and anti-clockwise torque is equal to mv square upon r into distance, that is CD is the distance. Is it clear? Not? So from here it becomes AD upon CD. So what is AD upon CD is for this theta bending. Theta is the bending of cyclist. So AD upon CD is called what? Tan theta. Perpendicular upon base is called tan theta. Understood or not? So tan theta is equal to V square upon RG. So that calculation I am showing here. So this is called clockwise torque and this is called anti-clockwise torque. So both must be equal for the safely turn. So AD upon CD, that is CD will come to this way, M and M will get eliminated, so V square upon RG. So what is perpendicular upon base is equal to tan theta, which is equal to V square upon RG. So he is saying thus the cyclist bend at the angle tan inverse V square upon RG with the vertical, so that he can make himself balance on the curve. Understood? So that is the bending of cyclist. Next video I am telling to you about the relationship between angular momentum and linear momentum.